Thingus away. Oh my god. It's so fast. Holy shit. Hell yes. You changed the music.
Wait, I didn't mean to change it.
All right.
Okay, now it's back. It's the song restarted on the radio. Wait, I think it's, do I press up and like change the station?
Yeah, that appears to change the music. One more time. No! No!
What happened? I ran out of time.
You ran out of gas.
I ran out of gas.
Let's try that again. One more time with gusto. This looks so sick. I can't get over it. Like every once in a while you see the shore. Do we think our boy Nobuo Uematsu composed this?
Oh yeah, this is him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have more than one composer
making their songs. No. Man, Squaresoft, what a run. What a run.
We didn't even know that. We just realized that.
Yeah, we just realized because this is a Square game that it must be him.
I mean, I always sort of knew, but I didn't know, right? Because this, besides World Runner, which we also didn't know was a Square game, there's no game where you can do this.
So cool. All right, so everybody get your 3D glasses ready, and we'll switch back into 3D mode.
Yeah, they were like, there were ones from Nintendo, like I think they were Nintendo Power.
Yeah, they were made of paper.
But like you could also get those in cereal boxes and stuff.
It's true. Oh, you do? I mean, it wouldn't do the audience much good if we watched it in 3D. Well, look, I mean, that's already the case. This looks amazing. Like the way it moves, the way there's like the distant palm trees and the shore.
It's
like,
pretty sick.
The open air.
Oh! And, oh, fuck. And yeah, like it really looks like it goes like up and down, like over hills, like you're really in 3D.
What was this,
3D.
3D.
They had that all over it so they could sell it.
87. Right. Oh, cool. Like, you would only expect to play something like this at the arcade. But
yeah,
not if Squaresoft had anything to do with it. Out of gas. Unless... Yes! It was the PS5 Pro of its time. What is PS5 Pro? I don't actually know. Is that a professional version of the PlayStation 5?
I assume it's got like a hard drive.
Okay. Yeah, the most powerful PlayStation you can have. Pro? Like, what does Pro mean?
I mean, it's basically just like a PC if you could upgrade it to Pro.
A PC, like it runs Photoshop?
I mean, it's like, you know, you need some really major, like computing power to do VR and shit. So, like, the PlayStation You know, there are people who just want like a lesser version, and some people who need the bigger version or whatever.
Yeah, who need the power to be a pro, to be a real gamer, to be a true gamer.
But a true gamer has a PC.
Unless... Nope.
No! It's so close. Look where I died.
No! Hard. I love how the screen where you failed has no music, just the sound of the bullets hitting your body. This is how many times you missed. After...
Well,
oh, sorry. I was going to say, after this stage, you're driving at night, right?
I guess I have to beat the stage so we can see
we
that.
Can see.
No.
I was just reading today that Nobuo Uematsu thinks that that video game soundtracks are generic sounding, and that innovations are no longer happening in video game music because they're just replicating the soundtracks that they hear in movies. Everyone's trying to sound like Hans Zimmer, and no longer taking advantage of the limitations of the medium, and because of how limitless the sound capabilities are of games now, not making music that is unique to video games or to the game that it's being made for at all. And I feel like that kind of follows a trend in general. I've noticed people talking about how there are a lot of games they've played in recent years that they completely enjoyed at the time, but could not tell you a single detail of now.
How long ago?
Like a few years ago. I saw somebody saying this about Luigi's Mansion today. That they played Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3 and loved them, but they cannot think of a single thing that they played. And that in general, like these serviceably good games that bring nothing new.
That's true. I also can't really think of that many specific things about Luigi's Mansion 2, which I played too, but did not play the third one because there was something about it I didn't like.
Did you find it forgettable? You were aware on some level?
Maybe. I guess it's not really as good as the first Luigi's Mansion, which eventually they got the idea to just give us that again. Like they just ported that.
Oh, I see.
Which is probably a good idea.
I see.
But for the 3DS, there was the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which is like the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's forgettable, I guess.
Yeah, we'll take it. Thanks, Mike. Oh, sun's going down.
Oh yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I love how the sand is still so bright even in the moonlight. Just so damn cool.
No! I'm going to die now.
Yeah, this is a vibe. And I love how it's kilometers. Like, if you know what's up, you're driving a car that measures its speed in kilometers, right?
I guess so, yeah. If you really are talking about race cars, then yeah.
It's like when power lifters and Olympic lifters are measuring everything in kilograms, regardless of where they're from. If you are so elite, if you are in such an elite class. Did it become day again?
Man, this is a rad race.
You drove through the night. Do you remember, I don't know if you ever saw this, but when COVID first started and people stopped going into work massively for like the first few weeks, some of the greatest cross-country drive records ever were set in those weeks.
Yeah.
People who drove the whole country and had no traffic to deal with, and
Cool.
no one to stop them. Oh. No!
All right, let's play something else. I
All
can't
right.
take this anymore.
No. What shall we play?
Could play some Final Fantasy.
Sure.
Do you have the first
Ridge?
one?
Yeah, sure. We can talk about our boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like Larry David.
Well,
I mean, we have another boy. We could also play Dragon Warrior.
oh yeah.
Our fallen boy.
Yeah, our fallen boy. Let's play a little Dragon Warrior and talk about our boy.
I'll grab both of them.
All right.
Talk about how they're different.
Yeah. How they're different and how both of them don't make games anymore for varying
And
reasons.
how they're not different anymore.
Yeah, they're not different anymore. They have much in common. They're great and they're gone. No, it's still pretty bad. There we go. I beat this game recently. If you want, you can go to my save and fight the Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, let's do that.
The boss music is terrific. So, all right. Oh, right. You're right. They're not different anymore because these two companies became one company.
They're not different anymore.
You know, Final Fantasy X2, which I've been playing and I'll probably talk about tonight, is the last game Squaresoft made before they merged with Enix.
Yeah.
And I believe it is the last one to really have that Square weirdness.
Wow. Like, what happened when they merged with Enix? Did everybody quit?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know what happened. Maybe somebody can illuminate that for us. But what happened in my mind is that everything got really smoothed out and stopped being weird. And that's always, oh yeah, he says you can do it. And that's always when games stop being great, I believe. When they don't have that kernel of strange
Yeah.
that really makes them unique. Where you're
Like a wolf wearing clothing. Like in like everything he did, right? Like there was always a wolf wearing clothing in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, like a tucked in tank top and like some big puffy fluffy pants.
It's like normal though. Like there's a dog, there's a cop, there's like a dog.
I mean, I can perfectly see the guy you're describing, the dog you're describing.
How do I go to the Dragon Lord?
Duh. It's. Let me see. Maybe I can remember. I believe he's very close. I think you have to walk across a bridge to get to him. But where? Let me see.
The real question is, but how?
I mean, nobody's gonna bother me anymore. Oh, I guess somebody's gonna bother me. Akira Toriyama, if all he had ever drawn was that slime, Daienu.
You know, I had a friend who said something about that to me. He said that it would have been enough if you'd just given us the term power cuck.
Wait. Oh, if you did, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Daienu.
Daienu. Daienu.
Can somebody sing in Hebrew about Pete having Goofy over for a barbecue that leads to him pressuring him to fuck his wife? Wait, did I just go back?
I have no idea. I
went-
didn't play this game.
Oh,
I never played Dragon Ball. I played Final Fantasy though.
okay. Dragon Warrior is way less about the story. Although the first Final Fantasy was not really about the story either.
I mean, I think the story is like, it's pretty like it's like at the very beginning, right? It's just like right there at the beginning. It's like, there's a prophecy, blah, 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 orbs. And
Orbs, yeah.
It's basically it. Like there's like some NPCs who talk about the like light warriors or something, but
Yes.
like other than that, it's not like there's any like real like cutscene. Well, I guess the story is mostly like through the like dialogue from the like bad guy before you fight him.
I mean, I think, yeah, there is dialogue before the final fight. I would say that the characterization in this is, for its time, very sophisticated, but you know that doesn't get you very far on an early NES game like this. But like, I think there is, damn it, I think there is in the sequels to this game quite a bit more. You know, you form parties and you talk to characters, and they don't necessarily have really distinctive personalities or anything, but they're on their way there, you know?
Yeah.
They definitely played with prototypical concepts like that. However, the difference between, well, no, Final Fantasy II was also not really, we never got that one here, so I've never played it. But it was also not very sophisticated in terms of that stuff, right?
I don't know.
Final Fantasy III, I also have never played. But I think, you know, probably same deal. Final Fantasy IV is where things really start to open up in the Square series, where you start to get actual characters and relationships and backstories and stakes. I don't know where that started in Dragon Quest because I just didn't follow this series
Oh, there he
closely.
is.
There he is.
It's a wolf wearing clothes. It's like, can you draw a wolf? It's like, can he wear shoes, like boots, and like stand on 2 feet? And like before they'd even answered, he's already drawn it.
I don't actually know if I'm going the right way. I might just be wasting time, but it's kind of fun to just see all of his drawings.
This is a great sibling move. Like, give me the controller. Maybe I'll remember. And you just play the whole time.
I am really trying to remember. If you'd like to look it up, like look up where it is, you're more than welcome to.
I mean, we could also just like switch to another game because I think I'm seeing what I wanted to see. It was this guy.
The guy, you found him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're mostly seeing the same drawings over and over again at this point. But if I can get into the castle, then there's more. No! Why is there so much? I feel like I'm going back towards easier places. I'm looking for a bridge. Oh, a bridge. No, if I get to the Dragon Warrior's castle, if I get the I'm the Dragon Warrior.
You're the Dragon Warrior.
If I get to the Dragon Lord's castle, I'll give it back to you.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm quite leveled up at this point.
I'd be very lost anyway.
That's okay. I'll get you through it. No! This is off. All right, I'm going to use a spell so that... Well, I don't want to use up my MP. You need it. So we'll just enjoy more colors of the wolf guy.
The wolf guy is becoming more human.
Yes.
He's where now?
Yeah.
Here's his brother. Just kill his whole family, why not?
May as well. You guys could have just not drawn near. That was always an option, you know. Here's a fun one. All right. It doesn't work, and who cares? Dumbass.
Doesn't
Idiot.
work, and who cares?
Dumb. All right. Diaper. Knight with a diaper. So close. Wow, they really pummel you at the end here. Okay, here we are. Do you want me to get you to him, or do you want to try and find him?
Yeah, let me try and find him.
I believe you go off to the left, not the right. Find him there. You must go right up to the left.
So, do games even do this anymore with like random fights?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they do them at all. I don't know if Final Fantasy 13 did random battles. I don't think it did.
Yeah, they were already getting rid of like experience points.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, really cute. I mean, it's amazing that these have any resemblance. They don't exactly look like Toriyama drawings. They kind of look like their own thing.
Yeah.
Behind the throne.
Oh, that's a throne.
Oh.
It's a green dragon.
That just looks like a cat, right?
So was he sitting on the stairs?
Yeah, I guess so. You can use a spell called Radiant. All right. So this shit legitimately still freaks me out. The deeper into the castle you get, the lower the music gets.
Yeah. Yeah, good effect with not a whole lot to work with.
No, and genuinely scary, right?
Diaper.
Yeah, diaper. These guys suck.
By
But,
diaper cop.
Yeah, as much as you can save your magic without healing, the better. I mean, you're probably going to blast through this guy, no problem, but...
It is dodging.
He is dodging.
Yeah, I didn't play this. I played Earthbound Zero, which was maybe a little bit like this.
Okay. It also had random battles.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
No.
Yeah, the spell wears off eventually.
And the enemies got blue.
Yeah, the pallets get scarier. It doesn't hurt very much though, because you're wearing Erdrick's armor. Up a little bit. Back down again.
It's Axe Cop.
It's Axe Cop. This was Axe Cop's first gig before he was a webcomic 20-something, 30 years later. No!
Thou art asleep. Thou art still asleep.
Oscar's back. Oh, right. Your HP keeps going up because you keep walking.
Ah.
That's a benefit of wearing Erdrick's armor.
Ah.
So you don't even have to heal.
Yeah.
I think you're going back upstairs a little much, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
got turned around because my spell is wearing off.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks familiar.
Do I have to go down again?
Yeah, I think you gotta go back down.
No. But yeah, he was a little weird. He had an interesting way of drawing and imagining things.
Mm-hmm.
Was he involved in like the story in Chrono Trigger at all?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody else can answer that. Oh. Might need to... Alright, so I think when you go downstairs again, it's like pretty much a... Yeah, these dragons never let you leave. The curse of playing an RPG on the stream.
Yeah.
Quiet. So yeah, I have been playing Final Fantasy X2. A sequel to Final Fantasy X. And it's I feel pretty strongly that this is a game that has just been sitting on the shelf waiting for me to play it for 20 years. Waiting patiently in my library. I didn't always own it, but I bought it a few years ago because I wanted Final Fantasy X, and I found a disc that had like both of them for PS3 for like, you know, nothing. A stone man, cool. So I bought them both, and it was just sitting on my shelf for a really long time. And this is something that I think is really special about physical media, is that like when you buy digital media, I feel like it just immediately becomes trash if you don't use it. Whereas like physical media enters into your library where it... Oh, yeah. I think you're going to the right place because you're getting harder dragons.
Yeah.
It enters into your library where it has value whether you check it out today or 50 years from now or never.
Yeah.
It's in your library. And when you look at your library and appreciate it, it's one of the possibilities for you. And like, there's something about that I think is incredibly special. Oh my God, you're going so low down. You know, same thing obviously for books. You keep a book in your library for God knows how many years. You move with this thing and unpack it again and put it on the shelf again. And then one day, on a whim, yeah, I'm gonna read this. And then it's just, oh, this doesn't seem right. I think you're trapped somewhere.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Want me to try and remember?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
The older sibling is back.
Yeah, I mean, he's nice now. I need him to remember.
So anyway, I've now established the value of a thing that sits on your shelf in a physical library.
Well, yeah, it remembers. It knows it's Dragon Warrior. That didn't change at any point.
No. Right. A great book knows it's great. and it just sits there and waits for you to realize it's great.
Yeah.
And similarly, Final Fantasy X2
Yeah.
sat on the shelf waiting for me, and my first thought upon beginning this game was, oh, this is a sequel to a game I love. I get to be in this world again. And that alone felt really tremendously good. And then I was hit suddenly by the delightful weirdness of it all. Oh, no. Oh, wait, that's where I went to get to that endless thing, right? I was hit by the delightful weirdness of it, the mocap of the age, which I think if it hasn't already made a comeback, people are going to get on that soon, right? Specifically, like, not, low poly has been beloved for years now, but what about PS2?
PS2?
PS2 mocap, like trembling mocap on the PS2.
I guess it depends if there's an actual need for that. If you wanted to make a game that was like for a phone, for instance, then it would probably need to look like that still.
Right. Well, this game was made, the project started in 2002. The game came out in 2004. It looks much better than the first Final Fantasy X. It's obviously still PS2 graphics.
Uh-huh.
Is this the way we came? Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, trembling mocap probably doesn't happen as much now because we have better ways of cleaning up mocap data.
Right. Yeah, so this game does not tremble as much, and the mocap is better. Like, some of the acting is like pretty legit. It's like this, it's kind of like this female friendship story. Like a lot of like girls being like, "We did it!" and like high-fiving and dancing together. And like the acting is not bad, like it's better than the first game. Fairly impressive. I don't know if we're ever gonna find the Dragon Lord, unfortunately.
No.
I think we might have to abandon this one. We'll do it another night. I'll have to break out a map. What do you want to play?
Final Fantasy.
All right, it's all you. But what I find really compelling about Final Fantasy X2, from a game design standpoint, is something that I've kind of like been personally agonizing over a little bit myself, which is what constitutes gameplay. Because, games have been made fun of for years for just being, walking simulators, shit like that, right? Maybe everyone's kind of gotten over that now and can acknowledge that a game does not actually need to involve a lot of skill or reflexes, or even conflict, to feel like you're playing a game. And Final Fantasy X2 has fights, and they're actually pretty hard. I found that very close to the beginning of the game, I already had to level grind in order to beat a boss. But the dungeons are very short, and the battles are kind of few and far between compared to how much story there is. There's quite a bit of cutscenes and character stuff, but not in the annoying way that RPGs now. Well, maybe this is just because I like these characters already and I'm used to these characters. But I find that it hits a perfect balance of giving you the story that you're working for, without too much fighting and grinding and boss battling and stuff. It just gives you a little of that, and then it gives you a lot of story. And the dungeons are short, and you jump around in a non-linear fashion. and you try to collect treasure spheres, which are literally just a video for you to watch. It's literally what we do, which is like dig around our mom's basement looking for videos and collect them so you can watch them, because you're trying to find information from the past. And your reward for playing the game is that information. So the game doesn't force you to do too much other than watch that, you know? You play a little bit, and then you're tired of playing, you want to watch a video. And, take a little nap. Take a little nappy poo. Anyway, I love this game because it's fun, and it also makes me think about how if your story is compelling enough, it can be the whole reward. It can be the whole enchilada. A good story with a tiny little bit of frustration in between. Well, shall we do this? I was thinking about the battle music from this game today. It's like, for real, one of the greatest there's ever been. Are you gonna name them all
Probably not. I feel like that's, you could name them A, B, C, and D. Although, am I going to make them all different?
I don't know. It's your choice, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to choose for this first guy.
So what happened this week? Anything new? Did you watch any of the Oscars?
Yeah, I watched a little of, like, the clips.
Okay. Anything of interest to you?
I guess I'm doing No, I mean, I didn't really see any movies. You told me about, one of them that was good, right?
Yeah, there was one that was good. I didn't watch them either. I usually watch all the Oscar movies before the awards, but I completely forgot this year. I didn't watch anything. I watched Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
And I liked that movie, and it got completely snubbed. Nothing for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, really?
Nothing.
Oh.
They gave the acting award to Emma Stone instead of Lily Gladstone. Do they both have the word Stone in their name? Really? I didn't see her movie, but last time she won for La La Land, which was despicably bad. So I don't really think she deserved to win again over Lily Gladstone. That's just my uninformed opinion. I thought the Oscars was a little more entertaining than usual, to be honest. Barbie got snubbed. Barbie should be happy. the most celebrated toy commercial in history. People had fun. Isn't that enough? The movie Poor Things won a lot. I haven't seen it. The performances were fun. Billie Eilish played. All right. I don't know anything really about Billie Eilish, but there's something I think is cool about her. Do you know what it is?
What?
Billie Eilish is her name, is the singer's name, but the band is her and her brother. And it always has been.
Okay.
I think that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like sibling bands, like Michael Jackson and Dad.
It just means that there was a parent forcing their kids to play together. No, I think it means that she's grounded. She's grounded. She's in trouble. Her dad's forcing her to do this for the rest of her life. Her brother is not. I mean, I'm sure her brother is quite famous to fans of Billie Eilish, but to me, he is practically out of the spotlight completely. But he's sitting there playing while she sings, and they always perform together. And he produces her albums. So she is kind of the face of the band. She's the only name on the band, but it's the two of them. And what I'm saying is I think the day that Billie Eilish and her brother are not performing anymore will be the day when it's over.
You think?
Yeah. I think the magic will go away. This sounds a little like a song that would play in Adventures in the Magic Kingdom.
Did they? No, they didn't make that.
No, that was Capcom. Imagine having a band with Meredith and Joe called Joe. Yeah, exactly.
Joe.
Man, I love Joe. If we worked on a cartoon together, what would it look like? I have the feeling it would look like both of our drawings. I think that would be completely unavoidable.
Yeah.
Unless we were very, very proactive about keeping things a consistent style, but fuck that. I don't feel like that's what either of us are interested in.
What, making like something with like a model sheet? I feel like not really. Like it's like every storyboard drawing is like a different character design of the same character, right?
Yeah. I mean, I like I've always said that like I'm not even consistent between designs. And look, if I was trying to like make a pilot for a TV show, I'd tighten that shit up. But if I was just making something to put my name on, consistency between drawings has never been a priority. And I don't think if Joe and I ever collaborated, unless it was for somebody else's money, we would make any effort to meld our art styles into one thing. I think, what would be the point of the collaboration? The dual voices would already be apparent. Otherwise, there'd be no point, right?
Dual voices?
Yeah, like if we ever made anything, you'd be like, oh, that's Joe's joke. Oh, that's Mara's joke, right? Like you'd be able to tell.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I guess we'll have to find out. But yeah, I mean, like they've been doing this in pro grade. We're not pro grade. We're still amateurs. TV grade animation for years, right? You get a whole bunch of different board artists and the episode looks like they made it, right? Like if you get the boarders to basically write the episode, like, when you're watching a Steve Wolfhard Adventure Time episode,
Okay.
that sort of thing. I think that's already kind of how it is with animation that anybody thinks is any good.
Yeah. Like they let that person do what they think it is.
Yeah. Enough of their fingerprints are on it.
Yeah. That was like how they did Looney Tunes. They all had like a different idea.
Yeah. I mean, it really is the best way to command, to get the best work out of an animator. You would not force them to be somebody else, There's a certain level of adaptation. I think if we collaborated, I would insist that the line quality was fairly consistent, but the drawings themselves, maybe not. I don't think so. There are certain things that do need to be unified for clarity's sake, for quality's sake, but yeah, I don't know. It would be really fun. It would be really fun to collaborate on an animated project. Someday when Perfect Tides is done and you're not tied to anything. We'll see.
Well, I've thought about it too, yeah.
Yeah. It's just sort of, it's a bit of a distant dream at the moment, but it would be nice. We're very busy. Very busy. Got a lot of business going on around here. Yeah, this song is tremendous. Like, yes, it's the same battle song for the entire game, including the final boss. It's great.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good on purpose. They made it good on purpose.
Oh, Garland! It's just so good. I know we've played this game and done this before.
What, just it's so good? I mean, yeah, this is great already. It's like, oh shit, I should heal.
I mean, as little like characterization in the text as there is for these guys, they're very adorable.
Yeah.
And I think it was new that you would even sort of be graphically drawn to these characters.
Yeah.
What Dragon Warrior doesn't even show you the hero while you're playing.
Right.
While you're fighting.
There's only one sprite of him as opposed to like this where there's like the battle sprite where he's bigger.
Yes.
You could like see the look on his face.
Yes. You can see when he's sick and he's not doing well. There was one really deplorable thing that I saw during the Oscars that I wanted to bring up to you. I don't think I can do it justice by describing it to you, but maybe some people in the chat will know what I'm talking about. There was a commercial where I'll just describe it to you. A boy is getting bar mitzvahed in a temple when suddenly a bomb threat is called in, and the temple is evacuated during the boy's bar mitzvah. And as all the Jewish people go outside, the people at the church next door invite them in and tell them they can complete the bar mitzvah in their church. And, it's got that kind of music that, every commercial for like insurance where they show a smashed up car and then say, "Thank God that wasn't you." Like that music is playing. And at the end, the bar mitzvah boy is sitting next to another 13-year-old Christian boy who looks a lot like he's got long hair and skinny, you know what I mean? He looks a lot like somebody that they like, and now these boys are friends, and it's like a stand-up to Jewish hate commercial. This commercial is like 2 minutes long. It was really, really long, really NBC daytime drama production values. I wish you could have seen it because I was just screaming the entire time it was playing. It was the most like, it was the worst thing I've ever seen. It was really, really very bad.
Yeah.
I wanted to die. Anyway, I'm sure you would have enjoyed watching that during the Oscars. I'm trying to think if there was anything else about the show that is worth commenting on.
I'm so fucking thirsty.
Here,
Why don't you comment on it while we're offering me your drink?
There's one drop left, but it's yours if you want it.
Thanks, but I think I need to go.
You're gonna go get a drink.
Get a drink.
Okay.
could start off the Oscars though.
Okay, well, as I assign villainhood, I'm gonna give a big nomination to that one, is what I'm saying. That is the most horrible thing I saw this week. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? All this Oscar talk is making me dehydrated. Yeah, I'd like to think that Joe got dried out like a desert when he heard that. All the moisture just fell right out of him. Oscar Thingus villain. My darling son? Or you mean the Oscars? My son is a bit of a Thingus villain because sometimes he tries to come up here while we're recording the show. Joe's not doing good. He's not conserving his moisture at all. No, not at all. I haven't seen the new Dune. I kind of, you know, I'm not the best person to ask about the Dune movies. I don't like that director very much. And
they look bad.
They look bad, right?
They look bad.
They look bad. I saw the first one, and it was one of those things where it's just like every move was played perfectly, so as not to offend anybody.
You have to think it's good.
You absolutely
have to think it's good. Dude, not the old one. You have to think it's
right,
good.
Not the weird David Lynch one. You have to think this new one is good. Everyone says, yeah, everyone's saying the new Dune is good. I don't know, man. I just, this shit's weird. Dune's weird.
And not in the David Lynch way.
Yeah, right. Like, they're taking all the weirdness out of it. I just know that. I just know this movie's not weird, right? Like, these movies about this guy who has, like, sexy adventures with his mom in the desert and they drink their own pee. Like, these movies are not weird.
No, they don't look that weird. They look normal.
They look normal.
They look normal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to say. I would like those movies to be weirder looking.
They look like AI.
Doesn't matter to me that Lynch doesn't like his own movie. The guy doesn't have to like it anymore. He made it.
They didn't get the guy.
They didn't get the guy.
He wasn't even the guy. He just was a guy. Well, yeah, like that's something that when I was a kid always like was terrible to learn that like some like thing. Can't think of an example like that, but like you wanted it that weird way, and they changed it in a way that was like the way that most people were interpreting it like.
Well, they don't want anything to be cringe. Cringe does not play in an international market. Not at all.
I guess.
People don't like cringe. It makes them cringe. But I think cringe is a necessary waste product of an interesting mind.
I mean, yeah, like, you could say that wolf man was cringe, but like, that's not how I approach it. Well, I just think it's weird, but not bad.
He won, though. He won, so now it's not cringe anymore. It became the standard. That's what happens when you let the good guy be weird. Eventually, his ideas become the dominant ideas, and that's when we must begin to reject them and move on and find new ideas. And I think that's No!
Forgot that I was still dead.
Forgot that I was dead.
Forgot that I was dead.
Oh no, I am still dead. Forgot that I was dead.
I was the hero, and they didn't heal me.
No.
Yeah, like, in a game made after, like, 1992, they would probably heal all your HP, bring all your guys back. They'd be nice. Now they definitely, like, auto-save.
Oh, yeah.
Order you a latte, like, put a little picture in the latte.
Little heart. And then you
Yeah.
think maybe they have a crush on you.
Yeah, it's like game saved.
Yeah, the sexy little tattoo barista is like, I just went ahead and saved that for you. And you're like, oh, the thanks. Even in Final Fantasy X2, when you touch a save point, you are completely cured and your MP is restored. I agree.
Yeah.
Enough with the tents.
Yeah, I should buy some.
Yeah, buy some tents. Yeah, you're gonna need them in this game. You have to buy everything individually in this game. Terrible.
Yeah, terrible. But I gotta say, I like this game a lot more than Dragon Warrior.
This is this more of a merry time for you?
This is fun. That was like...
Well, it was the end of the game. No, you're right. There are no delights in that game at all. The best you can hope for is a town that goes da 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 da. That's like the best you get.
Yeah.
This game is far more delightful.
This
It's
game
true.
does things like...
Oh.
Modern games are bad. They're trying to be Hollywood shit. Stop being this bad. You are not Hans Zimmer. You're you. Try something new.
Search in the great beyond and find something new. It's out there.
Try something new.
It's out there if you want it, so go out like Nazer and find it. It's out there if you want it, just
Even
imagine.
if it is your final.
Be like Yoshitaka Amano, whose name they spelled wrong here. These guys knew that what they wanted had not been made yet, so they made it, and that's why they're heroes forevermore. I love how it cuts off.
Yeah, that's all you get.
It's so beautiful that every time they throw that song in at the end of a Final Fantasy game, I just cry my eyes out.
Yeah, it's great. It's good on purpose.
Good on purpose.
Good on purpose. Good on purpose. Good on purpose. Good on purpose.
There's one song about it being good on purpose that it plays through the entire game.
Yeah. Well, like, I think what he means is by try something new is like this wasn't ever done before, and I don't know if it ever was again. Like, you know, this is an art style. We move beyond it because we figure out new technology to do better graphics, and we forget about this being an art style.
Right. So without the technological limitations, we are not inventing anymore.
I guess not.
How do you invent?
I don't know. Like,
I mean, the fact remains that video games are uniquely repetitive, where movies are not. Like, a movie can be repetitive when it wants to be, but video games are, like, basically always repetitive, right? So they have the chance to bury a song into your psyche for the rest of your life.
yeah. And, like, they make it good, that, like, good enough that it's, like, you hear it over and over.
Yeah.
You don't get sick of it.
It's
even.
yeah, it's a different kind of songwriting.
Creep.
Yeah, just every time you hear that little bass line and then the melody kicks in, it's like you're hearing it for the first time and you're getting excited for it again.
Yeah.
I like that when the mage dies, you see a little bit of his actual head. And he's just a little boy under there.
I mean, I guess I didn't see it that way.
Do the arrangement of the characters is that random?
I guess.
He was in another. They were all in different spots
Yeah.
before.
Shifted around.
All right. So it's still early in the night, but I think we can already start talking about heroes and villains here. So obviously, you know, we love Toriyama. Is he a Thingus hero? Would you say?
Yeah, I guess like Dragon Ball Z is important to me when I think about it.
Yeah.
It was something that I, a boy, could come home to and watch every single day.
Yeah.
Until I got old enough to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm on HBO on demand, and that's like also like a show with power levels.
That's right. At every episode, somebody is holding the bag, right?
Holding the bag.
Somebody's got the win at the end of every game, at the end of every episode, and somebody is the loser at the end of every episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can find, if you want, I can find similarities between Dragon Ball Z and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying that filled that space where, like, I guess at some point I stopped watching Dragon Ball Z. It wasn't as interesting anymore. Everyone's dead. No, I don't have enough money to revive the other guy.
Did you actually post something in the server that was relevant to Curb and Dragon Ball Z? I did not see it, but I'm very curious now.
No! I can't even afford to save my game.
Oh no. Wow, wait, you have to pay to save your game?
Well, you have to use, well, I guess I could use a tent and save my game.
Oh man. Yeah,
that costs
quality
$75.
of life. That's my problem. Well, look, I mean, Dragon Warrior has low quality of life too. You gotta go back to the king to save your game in Dragon Warrior.
All right, what should we play next? Chrono Trigger, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Let's play a little Chrono Trigger. I think I have a save on there already.
Okay.
Now, Chrono Trigger is definitely a game where you can see Toriyama's art. That's right. We have the cartridge. You gotta switch it to Super Nintendo. Let's see that little ticking. There we go. Now, as far as I understand, Chrono Trigger was meant to be on the Nintendo PlayStation. Is that true?
I don't. I've never heard that.
Okay, from what I understand, Chrono Trigger was supposed to be a much bigger game. It was supposed to be able to. You're supposed to be able to jump all over the fucking place in this game. And they were developing it, I think, for a more sophisticated console. Obviously, it has Super Nintendo graphics, but I think they were counting on more memory being a possibility. And when that didn't happen, they actually took components of this and turned it into Secret of Mana.
Really?
I believe so. Obviously, Nintendo's deal with Sony did not work out, and Sony went off to make their own console, and Squaresoft stopped developing games for Nintendo.
But not before making some really good ones.
Yeah, not before making some of the best they ever made.
This is so cool. This, like, the plot is that there's like a monster that destroys the world. And it's not even a spoiler because you learned it at, like, near the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
but you have to go back in time to change the future.
Yep.
And it sucks. I've never beaten this game.
No, I've never beaten this game either.
But yeah, similar, like a little bit of similarity with like Mario RPG. I mean, that is really Mario RPG looking.
Well, even just showing you all these like little aspects of gameplay before you've even started is similar to Mario RPG, right?
Yeah. It's showing us a lot of cutscenes with like text between them.
I only discovered this after Toriyama died, but apparently there's a little Easter egg in this game where it's just him saying hi to his kids in the game.
Yeah.
Which is cute.
So I guess he must have been like really famous when they got him. He'd already done like all of Dragon Ball Z, right?
I guess so, yeah. Right? When was the I'm not an historian.
No, me neither, but we both know like by 1995 Dragon Ball Z was over, right?
I think so, yeah. I think so. I mean, yeah. The cartoon.
Maybe not. Maybe it was a little longer than that, but I think yeah, like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, like the manga were
probably done by
before
then.
that.
Yeah, I think so. 1995 is when Dragon Ball Z finished.
Oh, so maybe he just like went to work on this game immediately.
Mm-hmm. Or was working on it at the same time because he was tireless.
All right, let's check out your save. Oh, is it at the beginning?
No, I've already traveled through time.
Okay.
Yeah, this map looks incredible. I'm just gonna sit back and relax. All right, so we're going to be celebrating Toriyama this week. Who do we hate?
Who do we hate? Anytime.
The person
Wow.
I hate most? My dad, of course.
I guess that's who we hate. Dad. Or I guess America's dad.
America's
we
dad.
hate him.
What are you talking about, Jack? You love me.
No, man, I'm America's uncle. You got it wrong. I've been vice president of this country since 2009, Jack. There's no limits on that. No, I get to run again. That's the deal, Jack. You gotta vote again. You gotta vote. You gotta vote for Uncle Jack.
Yeah, he did the State of the Union this week, which I didn't watch. But he promised to build a port in Gaza, which sounds absolutely insane.
Yeah, we're gonna build the port. We're gonna deport all the Gazans into the ocean. We're gonna make the sea red again, Jack.
Wait, no, turn up his mic. We like this.
Got one shelter,
You got one shelter? Oh, that's like a tent, right?
I guess.
Fuck tents. Done with this shit.
Yeah, bring back shelters. I wasn't trying to talk to you. I wanted to look in your fridge, ma'am.
Oh my god, he's just trying to pay you to dance around?
Well, I am, like, in his house.
True. He just wants you to go, caw, 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 caw.
Caw-caw-caw!
Doodle-doodle-doo. Doodle-doodle-doo.
Cha, chi-cha, chi-cha, chi. Oh my god. The fucking, just like, yeah. Will Arnett. We don't hate him.
Still Arnett. No.
Still Arnett.
No, we got tired of him.
We don't hate him. We love Will Arnett. He's our hero.
No, we love him. We love him. I got tired of him, that's all.
Yeah.
He fell into the same trap that they all do.
Still?
Yeah. Still Arnett.
Her? Still?
He just got oranger and tighter.
Yeah.
They all do.
And he never got canceled.
No. He was married to Amy Poehler.
Oh, not anymore?
No.
Oh.
No. Maybe that's what happened.
What?
That they both stopped being funny. Will Arnett went too far. Will Farnett. Why is it so funny to make puns out of Will Arnett's name?
Well, you know, I like Will Arnett, but I feel like he's mostly known for BoJack now.
That is kind of strange. I mean, that BoJack lasted longer than Arrested Development, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think of him that way because it wasn't the formative show for me.
Yeah.
Kill Arnett. Fartnet. Fartnet. Well, Fartnet. It's like Artnet. It's like an extra little joke about Will Arnett being on Artnet. Wouldn't that be funny? What is this for?
What?
It's for me to play with, but it's a magnetic thing that attaches to the microphone.
I have no idea. Does my thing have one of those?
You've got one, yeah. It's magnetic. Don't know why. What'd it do?
I don't know. Maybe it makes us move the thing more. Look, that's like a guy. That's like a Dragon Ball guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, what a Toriyama drawing. It's just a Triceratops. Oh no, it's like an alien head with a giant brain.
Yeah.
But sometimes he would just draw like a Triceratops with a body, right? With like a walking around body.
A Triceratops with like a human body?
Yeah. Right?
I don't know. They were usually just like regular dinosaurs.
Right. He would draw regular dinosaurs. But I feel like anything goes. Any head at all can end up on a human body.
Well, yeah. I think that you know, this was back when like people associated weird things with Japan. Now they know too many people are looking, so they unweird it a little. right. No one was paying attention before, and they got all weird. They were isolated and weird, and now they have a global. They're on a global stage. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's happened to us too. And it's a shame.
Where's the time portal? I want to get out of here.
Yeah, this is not correct. Does this festival just go on forever?
You have to like...
You have to travel in time to get out of this festival.
I mean, maybe. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
No, it's been a very long time since I played, so I don't know either. I think you're like not too far from it. This is the problem with playing RPGs on the stream. Americans individually, or collectively, I suppose, get weirder, but their art does not get weirder. Right? Americans, I mean, this must be across the board, but Americans, they get more online all the time, and their ideas about what everybody cares about are really, really bizarre. Everyone's sort of shrinking into their own little subcultures and pretending that that's the entire world. In that regard, Americans are getting weirder. But that weirdness, I don't know if that weirdness has anything to do with it, but those kind of weirdos don't seem to be producing anything of quality. What's going on there? Why aren't the weirdos making anything interesting?
It's because, well, like, I think, you know, going back to what Uematsu was saying, they just made a game that was his music. Like, they just made a soundtrack that was just his music. They just made a game that was just that game. Mm-hmm. Like, they're unoriginal. They're not thinking of new things. Like,
right.
They're just, like, taking something old and redoing it.
Right. There are very few.
And, like, that's not the whole world. That's just, like, what he's being exposed to right now, which is why he's thinking that.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, this is a problem. This is a problem in film. And one of the Oscar winners did bring this up, that there's too many $200 million movies made and not enough $10 million, $5 million movies made.
Yeah.
And it's the same in games. Like, you're gonna stake a ton of money on something. It's gonna be a sequel. It's not gonna be a brand new idea. And wouldn't it be lovely if weirdos and newcomers could get financing? But that's just not how it's set up.
Yeah.
The new weirdos are just going to work for companies, and their weirdness disappears into behind the scenes type stuff.
Yeah. When you really have the weirdness to run a whole project, like to be the head of a whole thing, like, I guess he was a proven comic artist by this point, but like, being a comic artist is weird. Like, you're just drawing page after page of comics. Like, people don't respect you for that until you make $1 billion. Then they make a fucking Macy's parade float of your character.
In Japan, they respect you. It's a profession that comes with, I would say, a bit more esteem than it does in America.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to hear the story of how the I forget his name, but the mangaka who created Akira then got to direct his own fucking movie, which was the first movie. I don't know if he made another one, but it was the first movie he ever made. How'd that happen? And why can't that happen more?
Well, Orson Welles had never directed a movie, right?
What was his first movie?
Wasn't it Citizen Kane?
Really?
I don't know for sure. I just feel like his philosophy is that, like, the less movies you make and watch, the better you are at making them.
I mean, if you're Orson Welles, if you're a unique talent, yes.
I guess, yeah. Although I don't know. What if everyone's a unique talent and just doesn't know it?
Right.
Like, what if, George Lucas, for instance, we got rid of the guy. Why? Because he was weird? Because he was hard to work with? Because he doesn't deserve to be running this project with all these people working under him and making these decisions that are crazy, that ruined their lives. But he's still a genius.
Yes, absolutely.
He has the right to imagine it, and the only reason we care at all is because he imagined it.
Yes.
It's like, the guy being weird doesn't necessarily make him great, and doesn't necessarily mean he should run a huge project like that.
No, but every once in a while, if you allow the guy to make a project, there will be an explosion of strange things that will cohere, with the right editor attached into something brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm not saying let the weirdo do it alone.
No, I mean, there's a million people that don't get enough credit.
Yeah. But the weirdo's got to be at the helm. You got to let the weirdo's ideas come through.
Yeah, encourage people to talk about what they imagine, what they really imagine. And I feel like the people whose job it is to do that, they imagine Batman and Spider-Man.
Yeah, they don't imagine some weird shit that they thought of when they were like 8 years old.
Yeah, something that they want to see and show. Weird shit.
Weird shit. How do we make the weird shit come out?
Well, I think I don't know. Like you just have to like accept those people who are really weird, and like maybe you'll even laugh a little at them at first, but then like you see that their imagination will take them really far.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's a chain that is broken. I feel like the weirdos are not being mentored by the masters anymore. Like, you need somebody who can recognize the weirdo as having talent and being worth nurturing.
Yeah.
And I think that chain has been broken somewhat by, the keeping of these masters in comfy little corporate jobs for their entire lives. I don't know. I don't know if that's it. But the chain is definitely broken. And they're not coming up with both the potential and the access to the great craftsmen. There's knowledge being lost. Like, I don't know. I was watching like the documentary that came with Beauty and the Beast the other day, and the 90s animators, like the 90s Disney animators, they're kind of like the last ones, right? The ones who are personally mentored by the masters.
Right.
They were mentored by the masters, and they worked on a couple of films with them. And then they made a couple of films that weren't really that good. They made Oliver and Company. They made The Rescuers Down Under, which is actually quite good. I really do like it. They made there's another one in the 80s that
The Great Mouse Detective.
The Great Mouse Detective, which I also really like, but again, they're not there yet, And then they made The Little Mermaid. They're almost there, and then they made Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, and then won Best Picture or something?
No, it was nominated.
Okay.
But the secret sauce of Beauty and the Beast is blanking.
The secret sauce.
The secret sauce of Beauty and the Beast. Because I saw, like, this documentary shows you the concept art of Beauty and the Beast before it became a musical. So the secret sauce of Beauty and the Beast was Howard Ashman. One guy who looked at this story, which, we know the story of Beauty and the Beast. He looked at, like, kind of the really flat, boring fantasy art that the concept artists were coming up with to sell the movie. And he saw a way to tell his own story through Beauty and the Beast. And he really does. He took what would have been another really dull 1980s idea and turned it into, the Disney Broadway era. That people act like went on for a long time, but it was really just like a couple of years. And then he died before that movie was even finished. And with him died that last little bit of magic.
So he was the composer.
Yeah, he
Did he do the lyrics or the
he did
composition?
the song. He did the his partner was he wrote the songs with I forgot.
It's like Tim Rice, right?
No, Tim Rice worked on The Lion King with Elton John. No, it was I'm gonna need someone in the chat to help me out here. Howard Ashman's songwriting partner. Yeah. What do we want? We got an hour, so plenty of time.
It's like in Chrono Trigger. You could go whenever you want. Play some Disney's Aladdin.
Sure. Alan Menken, thank you. Alan Menken, I think worked on a few different scores for Disney movies, and I don't know what percentage of this music was what percentage of it was his contribution, but it seems that Howard Ashman was in command of those songs. The impression I get is that they're his songs.
So did he work on this movie?
No.
Oh, okay. So what happened to Capcom Disney games? They went into the Super Nintendo era.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess like when the PlayStation came out, they didn't do the licensed by Nintendo thing.
I think Squaresoft picked that one up.
Squaresoft was making Disney.
Yeah.
They made Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. And that's the every game.
That's right.
The every Disney game, right?
Oh fuck.
Do we have any favorite documentaries?
Ken Burns' The Civil War.
Yeah, I think collectively we both really like Ken Burns' The Civil War. Personal favorites? I have to think about that for a minute. I don't watch him like I used to. What have I seen in recent years that I like? I like Adam Curtis's documentaries. He did one called Hypernormalization a few years ago that I thought was very good. It really shifted my my thinking more so than your average documentary, which is seeking to do so. Yes, the Ken Burns Civil War was a gift in perfect tides. It was very important to my brother, and it was on our older brother, and it was on a lot. And we all watched it. I think Ken Burns is a great documentarian, but he has a style that is now considered generic, wouldn't you say?
Ken Burns.
Yeah, Ken Burns. So what I would say is, the secret sauce of the Civil War is that song, right? Which was not even written for that documentary.
Yeah.
It was chosen as the theme for the Civil War. But that is the song about the Civil War, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah. What is it called? Do you know?
I don't.
Is it really from it's like an old song?
I don't think it's even a Civil War era song.
Oh.
I don't think so, no. It's got that feel. Like, I'm sure that was Ken Burns' choice. That song has the feel. And that's the one we think of when we think of the American Civil War now. There's got to be another documentary that I like.
I mean, Disney made so many great propaganda films.
Oh, yeah.
They made a film called, what was it? It was Victory Through Air Power. Have I talked about this already?
You've talked a little bit about their excellent propaganda.
It's like all about how Hitler caused World War II by using the Blitzkrieg as his main, like, striking through defenses and like going around theirs and like, you know, made all this in an animation and like, you know, pitches very hard this idea that we can win if we do the same thing to them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some powerful propaganda.
Yeah.
Rocky Johnzo is mentioning this documentary Stripped. I'm in that documentary. That was made by a friend of mine, Dave Kellett, who's also a webcomic artist. And I do love that documentary for more reasons than the fact that you can see me for 2 seconds on screen. But because Dave Kellett, I don't know. I don't fucking know how he did it. I think it's just because he's able to be normal. Got in touch with Bill Watterson and got him to agree to be on to speak on the documentary when he had never provided his voice for anything before.
Wow.
I think it's just because he's a friendly guy who knows how to be normal. I think that's the reason he was able to do that. I don't know how he did it, because Bill Watterson is famously reclusive. Bill Watterson lives in a small town in his home of I believe either Ohio or Wisconsin, and for years he would secretly sign books and leave them in the local bookstore. And people started selling them on eBay, so he stopped doing it because they couldn't be cool. They couldn't just be normal about it.
But how would he know that the guy interviewing it would be normal?
Well, he's probably encountered a lot of people who weren't.
So he could just tell from the email that he wasn't like that? I
mean, maybe. I mean, you know, it's not for us to know how Dave did it, but it was really shocking.
But they got the guy.
They got the guy, and he had a lot of good things to say.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he doesn't have anything to say about webcomics because that's not his world.
Okay.
That's right. Bill Watterson does have a new book. He collaborated with somebody who is a relatively little known artist. Yeah, he collaborated with somebody. I have not read it. I didn't realize it was out, actually. But yeah, every once in a while he pops up, says a few things, and everybody comes in their pants and cries, and then he disappears for, you know, another little while. Whoa! Stripped, unfortunately, is very outdated now. As I've spoken... Oh, great sprites. As I've spoken about previously, webcomics are not that anymore. So a lot of the information about the success of webcomics is just not in there anymore. It's about a model of building a website and sharing in an audience with other independent creators and selling merchandise and books and stuff directly to them, and not needing a mass audience to make a living, not needing a syndication deal to make a living. And obviously none of that is true anymore. You need to become one of Webtoon's superstars to hope to make a living anymore. And most of the people in that documentary have moved on to other things, as you know, as they should. But yeah, I'm glad that that period was captured in film. None of us but Dave had the ability to capture that era on film the way he did. He captured it so extensively and so joyfully that I will always be grateful to him for all of that. Great boss. Oh man, hard. What is Cyber 6? Also outdated. You know, I noticed that people still put the exact same Calvin pissing sticker on their cars.
Yeah, it's good forever.
Good forever.
Like the animal graphic.
Yeah, like the the
Sorry.
Pet Expo.
Thank you. Yeah, the Pet Expo graphic.
Oh, that Abu is so cute.
Yeah. Great animation.
Really fun. This is so hard because he's so sharp. So much of him is impossible to step on.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, no. Obviously, Waterston does not like the Calvin. The guy doesn't approve. He didn't want any merchandise of his characters, and especially not one that betrays the spirit of the character, who would never urinate on a car.
Yeah.
On a Toyota logo.
Yeah, like he has more imagination than that.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Calvin, if Calvin wanted to say fuck you to his dad, he would build an army of snowmen melting to death in his driveway, you know? He would make such an elaborate statement to his father. He wouldn't just give his dad the middle finger. Or he just wouldn't say shit to his dad. He'd just hang his dad out to dry while his dad is like, you know, cycling 100 miles in a rainstorm. He'd just be like, "Sounds great, Dad." Dad's like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever done." So funny. You remember the one where Calvin's family goes on vacation and it's raining the entire time and they're camping and it's just raining the entire week? And
No.
it's just a week of rainfall. Monday to Friday. Horrible, horrible vacation. And Dad never really lets down either. Yeah, fuck this. Cute though. Oh, see what happens if you pull the rope. Heard your princess was hot. Lovely to see.
All right, what next?
Have we identified a villain yet? Will Smith once again.
Was he at the Oscars?
No.
Never again.
No, he will not be at the Oscars again. Until he's old, they'll cart him out one more time.
Yeah.
Cyber 6 is an amazing Canadian cartoon aired on Teletoon in 1999 about a rogue trans clone fighting monsters made by her creators to collect life essence to survive. So you're saying that's dated? Because that sounds like absolutely current. Am I reading that wrong? $19.99. I can imagine it probably didn't look great, but other than that, I think Canadian shit that aired on Teletoon is cool because it without the pressure of being an American cartoon, it was free to explore, you know, its own personality. I think I feel that way about Canadian culture in general. I very much adore the Canadian culture that I have been exposed to. Refusing to play. That game's hard. Is that Mystic Quest? That one's hard to run, but you'll get it. You'll get it. And when you do, that spinning key will be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. Yeah, we've had this problem with this game before. One time we gave up on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad to say.
I think I remember that it was always like this.
Yeah, it was. Oh. No, but you're getting closer. It takes a while for the key to appear.
Yeah.
Man, not that long.
How long does it take?
A while. But we cleaned it out recently, so it's probably still better than it was. No. Reboot. Reboot was the weird cringe cartoon that I loved most in the 90s. Coming home from school and watching Reboot. Watching like late era Reboot where Enzo gets older. And it's cool, right? When Reboot got serious. Now Reboot's dope. That's who made that? That's not a Canadian cartoon. It is. It is.
Oh, totally.
I mean, it is like by far the dorkiest cartoon that's ever been made, right? It is incredibly self-referential to the fact that it is made of is a 3D graphic. It's 3D graphics. Great computer art. Oh, I feel like you're getting close.
There's no Q-tips.
There's alcohol there, but I don't know if there's any Q-tips.
Yeah, there are.
All right, we're going to clean the game. Yes, the characters in Reboot lived in mainframe. They lived inside a computer. And whenever the person who owned the computer played a game, I'm thinking an 8-year-old kid, right? Somebody who probably looked a lot like Enzo. Oh, that's so good. Whenever the kid played a game, it was a big problem in mainframe. Like, the computer warned all of the sprites that the game was coming. Incoming game. And if you were stuck where the game formed, you had to be a character in the game. And that was the premise of the cartoon until it became something else. It became very serious later.
It was about a guy. It was about a guy who came from the internet, who came into this
From the
computer
web. Yeah.
to protect it from gamer? Like, he's like a virus that protects the people from you, a gamer?
I
the
think
user?
so. I think so, because if the player kills you, do you survive?
No.
No, you just die. You just become erased.
Yeah, if you die in the game, like it's like whatever. Hang on 1 second. If you lose the game, everybody in the GameCube dies. There's like a giant cube that falls from the sky.
Oh my god.
Until like, oh my god,
So did the
saves.
Oh, what do we got?
Jam,
Dumpus.
Dumpus and Oscar.
Wait, do we have anyone at the end of the game?
I
Yeah,
don't
all
know.
of them. All of them, right? Can we fight the Dark King
Maybe.
at the end there? Maybe.
Oh.
No.
Oops. They were all like level 15. Is that the highest?
I don't know. You can't load.
This is not.
No.
All right, should I reset and see the
Yeah.
other saves?
See if that last one is. That would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's an Aquaria. Nah, none of these are any good, unfortunately. God, I want to fight the Dark King so bad.
That's fine. I'd
Yeah.
rather not. Who cares about the Dark King? We don't even know who he is. Did we ever find out who
No,
the
Dark King is
is
introduced to you at the end of the game when you have to fight him.
That guy who just appears to you all throughout the game says, "The Dark King."
Yeah.
Get him.
Now get him. And then the game ends.
That's it.
But it is like one of the most awesome boss fight songs ever.
Well, this is the sick music.
Yeah.
We're not fighting the Dark King because we're sick.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a town where people are sick.
So this game is like much easier than the other Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, it's very very simplified. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I'm so tired. No random battles in this game, but a lot of very unavoidable ones. I love the chat is recommending Reboot to somebody who's never seen it, to Convex Noise who's never seen it. I would not even recommend Reboot to myself. I just remember it. And that's all I ever really want to do.
Yeah, you don't need to even know how Reboot ends, do you?
No, you really don't.
Reboot was it's whatever you see of it is fine. You get the idea.
Well, Reboot, yeah, it's fun for all kinds of reasons. One of them being that Tony J, who now that I think about it, had quite a few iconic animation performances in his career.
Yeah.
He's the villain in Reboot, Megabyte, and he's also the villain in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Frollo, terrific. And
he's also the villain in Beauty and the Beast.
He's also a villain in Beauty and the Beast, yeah. I love it. He's just a depraved piece of shit who runs an insane asylum. So you want me to... Wait. What does he say? So you want me to throw her father into the asylum unless she agrees to marry you. And he just loves that. He thinks that's great. It's like, that's the best thing I've heard all day. I love, and I mean, this is also why Beauty and the Beast is great. It has the courage to say, fuck all the townspeople at the end. Like, a lesser movie would make some of those townspeople good. There is not one redeeming quality of the townspeople at the end. They are petty, fearful pieces of shit who love the idea of going on a military adventure and slaying a beast, like, just because Gaston told them it would be fun. He told them it would be exciting. He told them that the beast will kill their children if they don't do it. And they were just like, sounds great. Can't wait to kill the beast. These people were never nice. Even at the beginning of the movie, when they thought Belle had value, that's only because she was beautiful. That's the only thing they ever gave a shit about.
Yeah.
Right? Can you think of a single other Disney movie where it's so unequivocal that the majority of people suck, and the ostracized have to fend for themselves and fight for their lives in this world? Oh man, you get petrified if you touch that bird. The Little Mermaid? The Little Mermaid definitely suggests to us that even though the humans eat all the fish out of the ocean, fish the ocean dry, that they're not all bad. Like, Brimley is, you know, a good guy who's like, now let's eat this food before this crab wanders off my plate, right? Never, ever apologizes for eating crab, right? The chef gets blamed for all that. Chef's just trying to do his job. An entire kingdom full of people living on a diet of fish. Not a single one is sorry. I don't think so. Try again.
Well, I think they wouldn't make either of those movies like that now, because it's like, man, we're really showing French people in a negative light a lot.
Well, they would have made it in the early 2000s when we hated France.
We don't like them.
Chicken Little? I did not see Chicken Little. Maybe you're right. Yeah. Hunchback's got some good politics, but I think we have Victor Hugo to thank for that. All right, I'll give it to them. I'll give it to them. Unfortunately, the movie kind of sucks, right? They just like there's so many good things about that movie, and yet as soon as those gargoyles show up, as soon as that farting Jason Alexander gargoyle shows up, you know, unfortunately, it sucks.
Yeah, they were doing it the whole time with the like celebrity voice guy, but it feels like that's like the time where we noticed it. Yeah. Like we really noticed it that time,
right?
Not in a good way.
Wait, you mean in Jason Alexander? Yes, you're right. Back then there were not as many celebrity sidekick voice actors. And it was usually the sidekick, right? Like the genie. The genie was unfortunately the start of it. Even though we loved the genie, that was the beginning of the end, right? Every movie had to have that shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, you get otherwise pretty good movies with these terrible celebrity sidekick characters.
Yeah.
Some of that shit is so cool, though, in Hunchback. I wish there was a good movie there, because some of that shit's so cool. The way that movie opens, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Real good. They don't make movie openings like that anymore.
No, I mean, what came after that? Mulan?
Yeah. Was Mulan the next one? Yeah, I think so. And that one had Eddie Murphy being a dragon.
Yeah, that's Same thing. He's
Same
like
thing.
the genie again.
Yeah. Annoying.
Same shit, different guy.
Same shit, different guy. Tarzan. Fucking Rosie O'Donnell.
For a second, I thought, like, she did Tarzan.
Yeah. Also a good movie with like 20 minutes of Rosie O'Donnell being a gorilla.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's a tradition. They have to do it. It's not a tradition. It's like a compulsion. It's like they want the Robin Williams thing to, like, they want to, like, move past that by doing it more. Like,
Right.
when Robin Williams did the genie, they didn't, like, really stick to the contract they wrote with him. Or you know, he argued that.
Oh yeah? He wasn't happy?
Yeah, like, he didn't want them to use, like, his name to promote the movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
man.
like they did anyway, and then argued that like they should be allowed to do that. But like I think they like didn't get him for the second movie.
Right.
They got him for the third movie.
Yeah.
They got the guy back.
And it wasn't any good. First they got the guy, then the guy walked away. Then they enticed the guy back for a really bad movie on video. First get the guy, piss off the guy, then get the guy back.
Then when the guy dies, you can say that we apologized. Which happened. Bob Iger made sure that happened before he died. By suicide.
They just bided their time, right? They
Just
waited
biding their time.
Okay, so Gabby says that Robin Williams was working on toys at the same time, and he took scale pay in exchange for not being a main feature of the marketing, but Disney did it anyway. They found a bunch
Did it
of
anyway. Did it anyway.
That sucks. So they paid him less. They paid him less, and they did it anyway.
Yes. They paid him less.
First you get the guy, then you pay him less, then you go and do it anyway. First get the guy, then pay him less, then do it anyway. Then many years later, he will die by suicide. We think? No, I mean, look, we're not alleging here that Disney had any involvement in the death of Robin Williams.
No, I just thought it was funny that Bob Iger made sure to do that before he died.
Yeah, it is a little funny, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he thinks maybe everyone's about to die. He's Bob Iger.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Anyone that, you're like hovering your finger over like clicking on their name on the kill software.
Yeah.
That is, plugged into many dark networks across the globe. Ready weapon in hand to kill whoever you'd like.
Any guy you like. Really, any guy.
They'll kill the guy. They do not care. They're ready to kill the guy. Anytime you want, they will go right ahead and kill him. Okay, so you say Disney fandom is sad, and then you went last October and it was amazing. You mean to Disneyland? Disneyland is pretty amazing, but unfortunately, it's also a very mundane experience because there are so many people who want to see it at the same time that you do. I do stand by the idea that like Disneyland is worth experiencing because it's kind of like a video game. Like it's a perfect virtual experience that unfortunately has really bad loading time. That can be chalked up to physical limitations. They can't make the rides they can't make multiple versions of the rides or make the rides bigger or expand the land that the rides are on. So.
No, they are what they are. They were built for a different world, a much lower occupancy.
Yeah. A world where Disneyland was attended by parents and their children.
And not just their children and themselves.
Yeah. 30-year-old fans in costumes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're the reason that it sucks to wait in line at Disneyland, but they don't make the experience any better. That's all I'm saying.
I have to wait in line behind all of these guys.
There's too many guys.
Too many in my life. Why do I have to see them?
Why can't they be just dead?
If only there was thing that let you skip the line, then you'd never see another fucking guy.
How do I skip the line now? Can I pay
you
much
skip
more?
the line, and then the no line still has the fucking guys. There is still a line after you have skipped the line.
You're just stuck in line with all of the line skipping guys. Disney, Illinois, that's hilarious. Yeah, they need to do that. It'll ease the congestion for like 5 seconds, and then suddenly Chicago is having a moment. You know, some portion of Illinois is having a moment, right? It would be an hour outside of Chicago, and all of a sudden everybody lives in that area now. Yeah. I think if you live in a city that Disney is considering building another park, you owe it to everybody you grew up with to resist that shit as much as you can.
Yeah, like that's like if they said they were making another Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Like, they think I'm gonna play it? I'm not 6 years old anymore.
No. I'm just gonna play this one. Oh my god, can you imagine if they remade Final Fantasy Mystic Quest?
They did, and it's so awful.
They did?
It's
when?
really bad. I don't know, a few years ago.
No!
It looks weird. It looks wrong.
What console?
Mobile, I think, or maybe Steam. It's nothing like this. This has so much charm.
That is extremely no.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't try. I mean, I guess, like, if you could bring it back just like this, you should, but they didn't. They, like, remade it. Like, you shouldn't.
Did they get any guys?
It doesn't look like they got any guys. Although I feel like getting the guys doesn't matter.
No.
Like,
Getting
they
the
still
guys
got,
doesn't matter.
you know, we love Nobuo Uematsu, but they still got him for FF7, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, he's still a little involved, and at least they're allowed to say that he's a little involved in those new games.
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote the original songs, and they call him on to, you know, make sure it still sounds a little like him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't make games anymore. Like he's really just putting his fingerprints on it a little bit and then getting out of there, which is what I would like to do in old age.
You want to be the guy. You want to be got next.
That's right. That's being put out to stud. Being the guy. Being brought on just for a few weeks, then you get paid lots of money, then you are the guy, and unfortunately the thing sucks.
You have become the guy on your deathbed. This is the last thought you will have in your head. They made a show based on your thing, and it is bad.
And that will live on after you are completely gone.
Oh yeah, this music, good on purpose.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They didn't have to make it this good.
No, because the game itself is for babies.
No!
The game
Yeah.
itself is for babies, and
Yeah.
therefore this music is good on purpose. All right, clock's ticking. It's 10:30. Who do we hate?
Who do we hate? I mean, well, I don't know. Like, when it comes to Beauty and the Beast, did Jeffrey Katzenberg hinder it? Because, like,
No.
It was-
Unfortunately, he was a hero.
yeah, he was a hero there.
Yeah. Katzenberg looked at the shitty, stuffy version of this movie that they had, and he said, this isn't working. He threw out 6 months of work and made them start again. And that's the point where Howard Ashman came on.
Really?
Yep. Sometimes even a villain can be a hero.
Well, was he even a villain?
Well, I mean, you know, if you consider him like, you know, if you consider the next few movies he made, how, you know, they were in sharp decline.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he left Disney and started DreamWorks and made movies that destroyed any fondness we had left for musicals, and
Yeah.
And probably as a result are to blame for the musical revival that we all had to suffer through about 10 years ago. Is there anything more annoying than a musical revival?
Like, Disney movies stopped doing musicals and then they started again.
Yeah. And movies in general. So, like, this is something that Mike pointed out to me about musicals. We actually have a lot of them these days, but the marketing never tells you that it's a musical.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, if something is a musical, you're on your own until you actually go see it.
Hmm.
Like Barbie, for instance.
Okay.
Did you know that Barbie was a musical?
No.
That's because they don't say that in marketing anymore.
Why?
For some reason, they figured out that people want a musical, but they don't want to know it's going to be a musical before they decide to see it.
I see. But, like, I guess when you do a bunch of musicals in a row, it's like compulsory. And then Pixar looks at that and they're like, let's just not do that at all.
Right, right. Well, again, Howard Ashman was the secret sauce. After he died, you're not going to get great songs like that anymore.
Yeah.
You need
Secret sauce.
secret sauce. I mean, you know, they tried. They got on, you know, auteur musicians to compose entire soundtracks. They got Phil Collins for Tarzan. They tried to do this with Sting. There's a version of The Emperor's New Groove that was completely composed by him. It was his vision that never got made. They probably sucked dick.
Maybe. I mean, there's a documentary about it called The Sweat Box.
Yeah. No, I mean it's very interesting.
I mean, that version of that movie was scrapped. Who did that? That wasn't Jeffrey Katzenberg, was it?
I don't know. I don't know whose choice that was, but I don't think it was working. I don't think it was working. Sting felt very strongly about it.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be made, but I mean, this shit happens all the time. These movies, you know, like movies now get shaped until the end, right? You don't have to scrap a movie anymore because like you don't need the original drawing anymore. You just like, you model the environments and the characters and you can shape the story until it's done. if you want. So that's why early trailers for movies don't reveal anything about the story, because the story is still being written.
Okay.
Right? I'm pretty sure that's the process. Which is why you never get a good story, because the story should have been written by one screenwriter, and instead it's written by 100 people over years. Beauty and the Beast was also one screenwriter who was very involved in the day-to-day process, according to the documentary I watched.
Uh-huh.
Boy, we're just talking about Disney movies in the 90s tonight.
Disney documentaries.
Yes. They had another one. I'm blanking on the name. I mean, every Disney documentary is internal, which means that they get to lie in their own way, right?
That's true.
One thing that they omit from the documentary, the excellent documentary I watched about Beauty and the Beast, is that Howard Ashman died from AIDS. They don't fucking say it.
They don't say that?
No. Not at all. Not at all. They make you read between the lines by saying things like, and you know, this is a story about, like, what if you did something many years ago that condemned you for life? Could you find redemption? And like they said shit like that. And they would show these pictures of Howard Ashman with sunken eyes, looking very frail. He never looked good while he was making this movie. And then they conclude this portion of the documentary by saying that, well, we didn't even know he was sick, and then he died. And they don't tell you why.
Yeah.
That kind of shit is, it's kind of evil, right? Like that they get to make choices like that.
Well, I mean, what do you think? Is that not like private? Maybe it was a private thing.
No,
talking
because
about your health, your health condition.
No, because I think he was telling the story on the screen.
Yeah.
He was sharing it with us through the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he deserves for it to be said. Maybe he feels differently. I don't know. But to me, it seemed that he was telling us what happened to him, and telling us what to remember about him through the movie. Oh, nice. You can get them in one shot finally.
But yeah, like around when I started to be like alive, all the Disney movies got good again. They got good again after years of bad.
For a very brief,
yeah,
beautiful time period. But yeah, I mean, I think like that was the last wave. And by the way, Richard Williams was involved in Beauty and the Beast too.
Oh.
They consulted with his team when they were developing the movie. And Richard Williams learned from the masters. He was the protege of quite a few of the original Disney masters, the 9 old men.
Cool.
So, he's gone. And the rest of them are old. So, who has stepped up to replace them? I don't know that I don't know that you could distinguish a single character in a Disney movie as being animated by one person.
No.
Can you get that?
I think you have to go this way.
I want that chest so bad. They're very delicious looking in this game.
Yeah. This game doesn't have random battles. It's just like the enemies are invisible here.
Yeah, they're invisible. You can make them visible by getting a treasure or something, flipping a switch. But normally they would just be standing there waiting for you to get into battle with them. Usually they're in corners, so you can't avoid them anyway. Like there.
Yeah.
Man, I love these spooky, like, you know, weakened faces they have.
Yeah.
The elements are all really, I don't know, they hurt. They kind of hurt to experience through the character.
Who's Jam Jam?
I don't know. Who's Jam Jam? This is our original game. This has never been in anybody else's hands.
Huh.
Who called their character Jam Jam? Somebody's ex-girlfriend or boyfriend played this game. We let someone touch our game. Now they're not in our lives anymore.
Yeah, but the game remembers them.
The game remembers them. You know, that guy your sibling dated.
Dumpus.
Yeah,
hey,
just some
is it
Dumpus.
okay if I play this? I'll Dumpus.
Do you think Dumpus saved that? No, that was you playing as Dumpus. Trying to vent some steam about living with Dumpus.
Living with Dumpus.
That's a good network sitcom name.
Yeah. Living with Dumpus was great at the beginning, but then it got serious.
Oh my god. The Prestige reboot of Living with Dumpus is just called Dumpus.
Dumpus Reboot. You ever see Reboot? It was good. Let's watch it. It was just you watching Reboot with Dumpus.
Just sitting in your house watching Reboot with Dumpus.
Yeah.
Like Dumpus swimming in your parents' pool, like in the shitty above ground pool in your house, and then coming in freezing cold with you and watching Reboot. Dumpus, how are you here in 1994 with me?
Oh, your mom rented a room. What are we watching tonight?
Nothing, Dumpus. I'm going into my room to have sex with my boyfriend.
Okay, but can I have this? He's holding the game.
I fucking hate Dumpus, and I never even had to live with him.
Living with Dumpus. It's like a comic strip in the newspaper, and it's like been going on for like 4 decades.
Right, it's like Gasoline Alley. It's a multi-generational comic strip where many characters have grown up and died, and Dumpus is still there.
Yeah, I guess he's the landlord, or he just rents one of the rooms from whoever owns the house.
Whoever owns the house. Dumpus never steps up to be the landlord. He doesn't want that kind of responsibility. So Dumpus just rents a room from the grandson of the original landlord.
Can I have this?
Fucking Dumpus.
Dumpus. You know the kind of guy that you live with, and he's kind of a Dumpus.
What? It gave you the victory song and then you died. Oh, it doesn't matter because this is a game where you can just restart the battle when you die.
Yeah.
which is like what they do
Awful.
now. They did for babies what they do for everyone now.
Oh yeah, like if you die in like a new Squaresoft game, you'd just be like, "Oh, we auto-saved for you."
Yeah, we auto-saved seconds before the last decision you made that was bad, and we've decided what that was.
No. I'm confused. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, try again. Just don't give up.
Let's
Why
heal.
is the word life so big?
Yeah, I think you can change that.
Oh, yeah?
Well, no, maybe not.
Like, you don't even need that word there.
Well, actually, I'll find out when I'm not fighting these guys.
Why are they so hard? These Sphinx are hard.
They're bad.
They're bad. Oh my god, it's already almost 11, you guys. Is there anything we're missing? I feel like there's something else we should have talked about. You got any notes?
And just like good on purpose. Like, did we talk enough about that?
Did we talk enough about good on purpose? What other entries into the good on purpose canon can we make tonight?
Well,
Let's think. Trying to think what I've enjoyed this week that's good on purpose.
does good on purpose imply that it's not regarded as like a real art until you make it good in a way that's just like unseen before?
I mean, yeah, I think the genre or the form not being taken very seriously is part of it always, right?
Yeah.
For something to be good on purpose, it has to be totally acceptable for it to not be good. Nice. Satisfying. You got the armor. Do you even equip, or it just becomes on you?
It's a baby game.
Yeah, it's a baby game.
Oh, wait, wrong way.
Right, it says life because if it said HP, people would be confused.
Oh, well, hang on. You can change it.
Oh, really?
Indicate scale.
Oh, I see.
thingy.
I see. Gotcha.
This is what I used to do when I was a kid. It was like 4. I probably couldn't
Yeah.
read the numbers.
Baby game.
Yeah, it's a baby game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've enjoyed anything this week that I thought was good on purpose.
Good on purpose. Made a game good on purpose. Good on purpose. In a medium that's deemed worthless. Like a video game. Video games are fucking garbage. This is like the Castlevania theme.
I
I don't
love
know if
the
we have that game. Or I guess there's an Everdrive. What were you gonna
yeah,
say?
we have it. It's floating around.
Ow. Got him. Well, yeah, just like music in an RPG should sound really great. And like, what did you say that like it sounds too much like Hollywood inspired?
Yeah. Well, you can't get good on purpose out of something that is already lofty. You know, like if the standard is to make these high quality orchestral soundtracks, you can't make a good on purpose out of that. Can't be done. Until somebody does it, I suppose.
I don't know if I even want to save or just
Right.
leave the file the way it is.
Just yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We'll play the Oscar version, and we'll get to the Dark King eventually.
Yeah.
I would like, yeah. I'm trying to think what I've enjoyed this week. Anything new that I've enjoyed this week? Oh, well, Final Fantasy X2. I wouldn't exactly call that good on purpose. I'm drawing a blank here. Why is this suddenly so hard? I think these have to really come to you in a natural way.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll think about it. Do you want to play one last game?
Yeah, let's play one last game. You want to do a little Tetris attack and maybe we'll come up with something?
Sure.
Good on purpose, you ask. Is it something made with effort? I mean, yes, but so are lots of things. It takes a lot of effort to make something that's not good. What it means, I think, and I guess there's a few different ways to come about it, but what it means is that the person making it knows what they're doing, and they know that they don't need to go this hard, but they're gonna anyway. It's good on purpose. Well, I haven't even seen it, but I know. The Boy and the Heron. Oscar winner. The Boy and the Heron. Miyazaki didn't even show up to the awards. You would think it was because he was old. But I'm pretty sure it's because animation as an Oscar category should not exist, because it just means here are all the movies that were made this year. That award is you are required to be the least good on purpose to win that award, is what I'm saying. And we already know it was good without even seeing it. But of course he won the fucking award. Of course he won the fucking award. He didn't have to make it good to get nominated or even win that award. But he did. Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, is that me being a dumbass? Yes, it is.
No, you never have to make anything good, do you? You could just, contribute nothing. No beauty.
No beauty.
No truth.
No truth. You can just take up space.
You could just repeat what others have said.
Yeah. And look, that's fine for those of us who have nothing to say. But I know they're tormented by the fact that they don't. And that on some level they know it. And they deserve to be. For hogging up so much air with their nothing that they have to say.
They're nothing! It's like that. I've seen a little of Final Fantasy VII Remake because a couple streamers I follow got free copies of it.
Sure.
Yeah, I just still feel that way.
Yeah.
That like,
Oh, no,
there's nothing to say.
It didn't change your opinion about it at all.
No, it made it worse.
No. Watching that part of Final Fantasy VII with you last week, I was really touched when you said that you just love 3D art, and that what you're watching there is like a very primordial version of something that you can feel. And it doesn't matter whether it holds up or not, because it was such a courageous effort in its time. And it's beautiful that anybody would even reach for something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a lot with what they had, and they built a style around it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can say a lot, the word style gets bandied about a lot, but you can say a lot if you have a particular way of saying it. You don't need much. It can kind of look shitty even.
I think style in this context and a lot of context means limitations.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always felt that way about style. That it's actually the things you can't draw that are your style. If you're an illustrator, the things you can't make and the way you get around that is your style. Which is why, it's not necessarily something to be proud of or to emulate. It's a flaw that makes you who you are. Emulating a style is, there's nothing wrong with it, but it should be very temporary. Because ultimately, what you're trying to do is come into your own flaws.
Yeah.
Not somebody else's.
Yeah, like when you have to draw like 20,000 drawings for an animation, it has to be in a style, because you can't just make 20,000 like realistic paintings.
No. Right. Exactly.
Line art is a style and a limitation.
Yeah. Yeah, and one that is really very appealing.
Yes.
We love it.
Yeah, we do. We don't care. We don't care that it's not realistic. Not everything has to look like that.
No. No. And the imagination of the audience fills in so many gaps.
Yeah.
I've heard people say this, being critical of Final Fantasy Remake, saying that games like this don't allow us to imagine the way we used to.
Yeah.
Like, we imagined what that vast, beautiful world out there looked like when they left the city limits of Midgar and broke out into the world.
Yeah.
We could see it. We're able to do that. And the new game deprives us of that. It doesn't even give us a chance. It's sort of a crime. It's sort of a hate crime.
A hate crime. How dare you! Shame on you.
No!
Yeah, they go back and they play another horrible verse of Final Fantasy. Brr, 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 brr. No!
The shitty fucking trumpet. How dare you! Oh, what are you doing over there? I hear that shit.
Yeah, you hear the little...
Yeah, I hear you cooking over there, chef. Ah.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about, like, the people who interact with Thinguses in their lives. Like, I feel like there's types of those people. I want to give them names.
Okay.
So, like, I think I've said Thingus Harvester a few times.
Uh-huh.
But, like, I feel like that could be a few things. Like, what is a harvester? I feel like we could have a Thingus cook is a person who takes what is harvested and turns it into something new. But a harvester is nothing but a viewer.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said, that's kind of the premise of Final Fantasy X2. They're Thingus harvesters because they're searching for these spheres that have memories in them.
Yeah.
But what are they doing with them? And that's like actually a question that the game seeks to, like that the characters need to answer within the game. Is like, what are you doing with these? Do you have a responsibility to do something good or helpful or interesting or, you know, just not evil or completely self-serving with it? What are you going to do with it? And you know, for me, I think I like to make art out of it. Like that's my aim. Art that actually allows people to experience those things to some small degree. Not just member them, but live them.
Yeah.
That to me sounds like, you know, a way to cook them. To make a tasty treat.
Yeah, don't eat member berries raw.
No.
Bake them into something. Give them a little dignity.
Yes.
Give us a little bit of time to miss them before you remind us.
Bake them into a pie.
Yeah. Thingus pie.
Delicious Thingus pie. Oh my god.
But what about a Thingus curator?
You mean like a museum curator?
I guess, like, someone who, like, finds the Thinguses and displays them.
Yeah, there are versions of that. I mean, I think that is kind of what museum curators do. A Thingus is just like a powerful artifact from the past that allows us to empathize with people from the past.
Yeah.
And
like, we've seen a lot of, like, things in, like, the past 10 years. We've seen a lot of things on Tumblr that look a little bit like Rad Racer did. You know, some pixel driving. It's, like, really cool and, like, neon looking.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, thinking about the past, thinking about driving an old-looking car like that.
Yes. Yeah, no, there are definitely entire, like, aesthetics that spring up over a fascination with objects of the past.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. I think you know, perhaps we've yet to see really the potential of the access people have had to these things. Of course, if the entire internet gets deleted, then we're going to lose entire subcultures of fascinating things.
We'll still have Tetris Attack. We'll still be playing it.
I
can't get deleted.
I would like to think that Tetris Attack can't get deleted. At least this particular cartridge cannot get deleted.
No. Oh my god.
Yeah, but unfortunately, well, I guess what we're doing as curators is playing this shit for a small audience on Twitch. We are making it available to them with our commentary from the age. It's not enough. We have to do more.
No, it's not enough. We have to do a lot more. We need to, like... We have to turn all these things all these memories that are going to die with us. We have to turn them into art.
Yeah, as fast as we possibly can. Time is running out.
Yeah.
Time is of the essence. We have to cook.
We have to cook. It's true. The Thingus cooks have to get into the kitchen. And, well, we might already have too many cooks. Like, I'm starting to see whole genres appear and get repetitive. Like, how many times you go on YouTube and there's, like, a spooky, like, VHS thing?
Yeah, that happens, but, you know, not everything that comes out of a scene is going to be good. Wait, who won? Me? Wow. Oh, that was a close one. Oh, my God. All right, we are now at 11 o'clock. Artisanal, sustainably sourced, shade-grown Thinguses. One can dream. Okay, we'll do one more round.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yes, our Thingus garden, where we grow delicious artisanal Thingus, and it's farm to table around here. We cook it for you too.
Well, I feel like you cook it. Do I?
I don't know.
You made 1.5 games about your past.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I cook my Thinguses yet. Do I?
Yeah, you're still marinating them. You're getting the flavor. You're letting the flavor soak in.
Yeah.
It takes a while. It takes a while, because you can't remember everything all at once.
Yeah.
You need time. I mean, you know, a lot of these memories took time to experience, you know?
Yeah.
And then I needed enough years to process them into the current form they're in. Maybe I'll process them even more. But this current version is going to get processed into something. No. Oh, I'm dead.
Well, I guess, you know, maybe just doing the show is doing a little bit of cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, we're working out our ideas live. What's it like to watch a couple of geniuses work? I can't even imagine how lucky you guys must feel to watch the process. No, me dead. A bear.
Oh, this is the story of a bear being born. Oh no. Here comes the parent of the bear, and it's mad because you're there. The baby bear's scared, and you scared it. Now the mother is going to rip off your face. Now, baby is scared.
Mommy is mad.
'Cause you were there. You should not be there with the bear that
Baby
is
is
scared.
scared. Mommy
Mother
is
bear.
You're in trouble. Oh, you're in so much trouble. You're in trouble now. Die!
With a mother, you're in trouble now. I think I hear the father bear coming home. He's mad because he was fired from his job being a bear. Bear dad got laid off from his bear job, and he's mad about something else and hasn't seen you there yet.
Oh, now he's mad because you're there.
Mother of the bear, explain the thing that just happened. Father is screaming now. Grabbing the shotgun, get out of their house.
Oh my god. A blessed event gone wrong.
I hear the cheering of the bears that you're gone.
I think that's Thingus. Good night, everyone. Bye. Thanks for stopping